and Scuba Alpha on 2. I'm looking at the monitor, and for screen A, which is 1G, the CO2 concentration says 3.6%, and it's toggling between 3.6 and 3.7.
Sandy, copy the numbers.
Okay, let me go to the next screen.
And Munich, this is Station on Space to Ground 1.
And Scuba on Space to Ground 2 again on the B screen, which is the microgravity page. The CO2 concentration is also toggling between 3.6 and 3.7%.
Copy, between 3.6 and 3.7. Thank you for the information, Sandy.
And holler if there's anything else you need.
Thank you.
Let me briefly check with our...
The Harmony node, where we see Commander Mike Fink. Node 3 for the International Space Station is due to be unveiled at the Kennedy Space Center in late April. NASA is looking for the public's help in naming Node 3. You can go online at www.nasa.gov/name Node 3, and that's the numeral 3, name Node 3, all one word, and vote on one of the 4 suggested names, or write in a suggestion of your own.
This is Houston with some important words for Commander Mike Fink.
And Houston, this is the International Space Station. The Expedition 18 crew is listening. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Mike, you may use the portable work light with the previous ops constraints, and I'm ready to review those.
Okay, Hal, that is excellent news, and yes, Sandy and I were just talking about it about 3 seconds ago, and she could have used it earlier, so this is great news, and we thank the team. But for our information and for our safety, would you please review those operational constraints?
Okay, Mike, the work light can be used on orbit for no longer than 45 minutes at full bright. After 45 minutes, the work light should either be turned off until the temperature indicating blocks on the temperature strips are all black, or reduce the light's brightness to 1/2 for continued use.
We copy.
Okay, and since the risk here is due to a smart short due to an undersized wire, you may experience some additional burning odor due to a cooked wire or a warm wire to the battery pack. It actually comes out of the battery adapter to the battery pack. And so therefore we ask that you only use it when you're close by and attending it.
We understand, and if we did ever notice an unusual odor with it, we would call you and then perform an inspection together. We copy.
And the final note is this is still only approved for battery power. We have not got approval for hardline power.
We understand, and that works with our operational concept anyway. We are happy to use it just with battery power. And as Don Pettit said when we originally called down, the batteries don't last up to 45 minutes anyway. But we copy all the constraints. We will, of course, follow those constraints, and we appreciate the fact that we're allowed to use our lights again. They really hampered us not being able to use it this week, and we're happy to have them back. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent news. Thank you.
And Houston Alpha on 2.
Go ahead, Sandy, on 2.
Yeah, I'm working on the increment 18 end of increment crew provision cleanup, and I was just noticing, we have these lovely new labels that we put on the ZSRs recently that had an accurate description of everything that was in the ZSRs, and now we're changing everything in the Node 2 overhead 5 rack. So are you guys going to send up a new set of labels for that rack that reflects the end of increment crew provisioning changes?
We'll check, Sandy.
And also, if nobody is going to be extremely upset, I'd like to change the name of the towel and napkin pantries to wet wipes, because that's what they are. They're just wet wipes in there. There are no towels in there. That's the 3 CTDs, 1168, 1226, and 1320. So let me know if that's going to be a problem.
And Sandy, that all sounds good. We'll get back to you at the evening DPC if there's an issue there.
And Houston Station on 2 for ISS video survey.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Hal, the purpose of our video survey today is mainly not to do another award-winning tour of the space station as much as to give the shuttle crew, the 15A/STS-119 crew, kind of a preview of what the station is looking like, and so that's our intention. It's mainly for that audience. Of course, we're happy to share it with the rest of the planet if anybody would like to see it, but we're definitely targeting this crew coming up so that again they'll be even more prepared. I wanted to make sure that we set in motion that we can, after recording it today, we'll probably downlink it right before DPC. There's a nice KU pass there. Before we would like to get it downlinked and then over to Lee Archambault and his crew. And we haven't pre-coordinated, and we were wondering if you could help us.
Yeah, Mike, I think all that's good. We've got a little downlink test going on, and by the time we hit about 1945, we should have a good block of KU that we can use for the downlink, and I'll see that it gets over to them.
All right, how we copy 1945 would be a good time to downlink, and we'll be set up for that. And again, we understand things can change, and honestly, really appreciate it. It really facilitates space operations if you can get it to them. So thank you very much, my friend.
Yeah, and you can expect that the PAO is going to want to show that to the whole world when you finish it.
Okay, copy. Another question, which you can answer later, for the end of increment crew provision cleanup. I'm looking at the figure that shows what the rack is supposed to look like after all the moves, and I'm assuming that this figure only shows things that have moved and things that have stayed are not reflected on here. For example, in A2, there's a couple other things besides the BIPSMU and the vacuum. So there's a kit and some other Ziploc. So I was just trying to figure out, this diagram is supposed to be a complete diagram of what's in the rack or a diagram of just what's moved. And if it is complete, there are a few things that are here that aren't reflected in the picture. So let me know what the big plan is, and then we can talk about the details later.
We copy that. We'll work on it.